can I help you? Yes, have you got it? Well? Great. Thank you, officer. That's all I wanted. Payment for services rendered. It's good you paid before 9 p.m., or your door would have been locked electronically. Please pay for each night in advance starting tomorrow. 20 real per night.
I'll take a room here too.
Of course. Always happy to have officers from the RCM as guests. Anything else I can do for you?
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gate.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Just a second, officer. Sylvie Malaika on the line for you, officer. Yes, hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely. After I had unclogged the toilet and retrieved the paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective?
You hear the call breaking up on the...
Anything else I can help you with, officer? 57, over.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Looking for something? Oh man, that's great. Look at that guy go. I haven't seen anything that funny in a while. God damn. Thanks for that, but no, it's not mine.
He doesn't live in Martinez. The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign, your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with...
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you! Not before you get in there and get your ass whooped. Learn by failure, I always say.
He might have some advice, but you got to at least try to fight Measurehead first. Return if you fail.
If you don't mind, please put the flashlight away. Some of us have photonic sensitivities.
Photonic sensitivity is not generally acknowledged by the medical establishment.
I do appreciate it. Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything. I doubt it, but I can try and answer it.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Sure thing. My apologies, officer, but I have...
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope.
Sure, man. Have you tried it before?
The lieutenant steps away, pretending to admire some of the knickknacks on display. Looks like he doesn't want to get involved. He won't be your knock, but he won't be thrilled about this either.
If you say so. Here you go, man. Of course.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. What a shirt. All other shirts pale in comparison to the muscular man with antlers and immense Zweihanders. Kim also tries not to look at the pile of taped viscera on the carpet, or the weird suitcase on the hat rack, or the potted plant dying in the corner. The man is finding it hard not to trip on the tape, and not to send any of the bottles rolling across the floor. Where unidentifiable sludge makes it hard for him to breathe. Smells of vomit in here.
No problem, officer.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside. A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The shoe you found on the balcony fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Pretty much, but hey, at least you found your shoe. Not that it will keep you warm at night. The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression. The faucet is quite terribly mangled, but you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose. The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it. The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happens. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before they change their minds. Wow, the gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Welcome back, detective. Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real cop. A real detective. Incredibly well done.
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember,
from the void we came, and to the void we must return. It's not Kuno. It's Kuno-S.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about?
She puts extra stress onto that word, expecting it will make you uncomfortable.
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
Idiot, you bungled it up. That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should have...
Tried to fuck my Kuno! Tried to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight! We ride for life!
You were too pushy last time. Think this through. Try to really understand the psychological bond Kuno has with Kuno S. Just look. While Kuno has no problem being near you, she always hides behind the fence, afraid for her life. Like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme of screaming for help before. Kuno just wanted to talk to you about his name. Kuno S was the one who wound him up and directed him. Also, Kuno hasn't stopped talking to you, even enjoys it from time to time. When you talk to the other one, it's like talking to a cornered animal. She only hisses and says murder was the case that they gave her. All in all, Kuno respects madness. You cannot hope to outdo her on that front. You must win yourself a few minutes with him alone. Kuno S is by far the worst of the two. Kuno has no problem being near you, while the other hides behind the fence, afraid for her life, like she's done something very bad. She came up with that psychopathic scheme. Also, Kuno has all in all, Kuno respects madness. You can fuck you whispering about. He's whispering too. He's going with it. But what? She put extra stress onto that. This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make me look bad in this. She understands what you're trying to do.
Yo, D! Kuno not tell ya! Kuno told ya! Kuno told whoever he wants!
Totally. Kuno's got him under control.
You did it. They're separated. He's even turned back to her so she can't read his lips.
Yeah. She would have liked to fuck him up, but she didn't. Kuno wasn't around, and C was with Kuno. Look, Kuno's gonna be with these. We didn't do it.
This is the truth, my liege.
Kuno means he'll kill someone. That's right. Easy killer. Like killer.
His little eyes are fixed on yours. He has everything he said before, but right now, he not only means it, he is sincere.
Fuck, yeah. Kuno, no, don't want to face this right now. This dark shit. Kuno faces this shit every day. Makes Kuno skin control. She's probably a little pig too. I mean, I'm pretty sure she has. Forget Kuno's that. Kuno was shitting. Kuno was just running his mouth. Kuno just like that.
A cock would be too large for her to overpower, but a determined child of her size can still kill the vulnerable, the elderly, the homeless, or other children. The creature appears to you both from over the fence. There is something searching in her eyes. Kuno falls silent. He does not look at you when he replies.
Kuno, that's it. That's Kuno standing here.
He usually looks you straight in the eye, and there's something crumbled there.
Yeah, she's psycho. None of that is psycho. Catman and shit. She does the real deal. No radio shit. Believe me, pig, you don't wanna know.
And he doesn't even want to think about it. This isn't just another boast.
Fuck knows. She says it's the song of people or some shit. Crazy people. The fucking Nazis. I don't know.
It's Sudanese. Zulu are an indigenous ethnic minority in the social democratic powerhouse Vasa on the tundra tiger-covered soil of Kakla, far away from here, as far as possible, really.
Sudanese? Like that man from Yellowstone shit? She could be. She could be that Yellowstone shit.
Revolution does have a small Sudanese community, or she climbed into a Yari crate and was shot over accidentally.
Fuck no, she's not my sister. She's just a stray who got in, like a man dog or some shit. Yeah, she was just there. What was that going on? She was in Norway. She was very wet. And by talking to Shurak in the dark. Kudos was no fucking idea. Her hair was all wet. I think she pissed on the hood too. She was there for 3 days in the corner every time Kuno went out.
You know this. The body goes into a kind of revulsion shock. Murder hangover. That's what it could have been. Kill the kid. Yes. Makes them for a quiet, dark place just hide him in there. Usually goes on for a few days, up to a week. Must have been the first one. You only get him the first one.
I don't know. Someone left the door open. Kuno's home. She's sleeping under the desk, under the high loads, like a dog. Kuno, that doesn't give a shit. Doesn't even see it there, or thinks fuck Kuno. Shit's all on Kuno. How Kuno dealing? Kuno dealing just fine. He doesn't need you fucking with any of it. He doesn't either. Kuno got this shit under control. Listen. See, it's Kuno go to. Kuno checking it. You fuck with it. You fuck Kuno. You take it away.
This is what it all comes down to. He needs you to take it seriously now.
I'm going to kill ya. I'll run with the cooks on it. Sneak up on you later and fuck you up. Do you understand? Alright, now we can begin business.
He's breathing heavily. That took something out of him.
Yeah, what do you want? Kuno hook you up with. Someone came up with this shit, no? See, relax. He respect Kuno. Kuno made him respect Kuno. No. You respect Kuno. You get all kinds of shit. Kuno's gonna get you hooked on a little narcotics. If you run a little edit for Kuno, get you hooked, pig. Get his hook in ya. Then Kuno's gonna get you hooked more. Cash in big style. Cooker. See, it's tension and release Kuno. Now releasing. The pine shit, that's done now too. 99 cents discount Kuno, pig. Kuno flex. Kuno flex for hose. Kuno sees what you need. and his dad are major suppliers. That's why Kuno gets lightning on. Problem is, Kuno and his dad are a little falling out. Now Junkies keep roaring at Kuno's door. Streets going mad. Kuno's got to throw his dead Popo man at it. Dead Popo man is you. In there is Kuno's dad on steroids. Kuno's dad does steroids and speed. If you take him, you can have half the speed. Kuno's dad is a fucking monster. He's the most violent man I've ever shown. He doesn't even give a shit about a single thing. He drinks too. Like half. A baggy, but like in this vial.
That's Arthur Graham, sir.
Yeah, half a G. Want it or not? Fuck you talk about half a G. This shit is giant grade A shit. So clean you can barely see it.
You can barely see it because there's barely any.
Okay. Kuno's listening. Sure, whatever. If you survive, make sure bring that shit back Kuno's almost out. You wouldn't like Kuno when he's out. Kuno's violent dad got Kuno's key. So you need to tuck away in there. Go to the side, bang the door till the cleaning implant lets you in. That's how Kuno does it. Then you go through well and kick down the door, police violent style. That's what Kuno does. And then after time, you're locked in the room with violent fuckheads. That's it. Next time Kuno sees you better have this shit.
What the hell is happening over here? Okay then.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Small amounts of colorful board games exist. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems taken by we're outdated merchandise. And there are a variety of source books, law books, and codices listed at the table. The topmost book is titled Welcome Compendium, second edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Catawak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a pure adventure game book titled Tales of Farrell, Captain of Velvrug. Books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? There's a box that says We're Out, third edition setting supplement module. Besides hundreds, a fantastic adventure board game, new maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 out. That price is easy, but then it's the third edition makes sense of something, so it makes sense. Nonsense for me in class.
Wonderful board games, sir. The viticulturist is a classic for sure. Perhaps like archipelagos of cylinder, a very occasional game for those interested in geography. Browser is a fun game economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You could play with your children. Friends totally like family. For playing friends, I recommend Serenity. It's a civilization building where you build a civilization, then sort of brutally colonize and repress civilizations. It'll cost 12 real. Lousy aura there. No, role-playing game, not those types. You know, you're into those kind of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into cult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them though. Welcome to Crime, Romance and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Elysium. Welcome, and please take responsibility for the energy bringing in this space. Sir, don't be ridiculous. I certainly will not give you my money. I will be doing you a great psychic disfavor. One has to earn one's success, if one is a police officer. Have done some like manipulation. All they do to make you independent.
Certainly there are good things to say about independence.
Now, hey there. Sounds like someone is taking responsibility for the energy they bring into this space. Fighting an enemy. My philosophy is everyone getting along. I am the proud owner of our literature culture. Goodness, you were already doing good. Brownish yourselves. Why stop? Don't feel compelled. Go. Get back up there. The books await you. Everything is on the shelves. Take a look yourself. The shelves compel you, don't they?
She smiles and nods, seemingly relieved.
Annette, yes, my daughter. I hope she wasn't looking up again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post doing job like a proper girl? Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled are you to buy books after talking with her? My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. If you have children, I hope they turn out great, my Annette. God, I've told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. She'll get over it. Anxiety is part of our life. She can if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, man. It's not just you can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on your child.
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming, and also set to pass without change. She's looking for one, but simply picking any good points for being an asshole.
Oh no! Hold on. I need to find her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. say to you, my husband, he tried to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called dull mind. All this stress. Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only more involved with the business we're running here. No matter, soon we'll be on wrong. It's a hot place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of crowds. At a time to head shore. He made an initial investment. Since then, been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inordinately so.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
Glimmers of sadness filter through what rocked the hysteria.
Exactly.
The woman looks aloof. Her features just softer. Occasionally she glances at her total silhouette. Hey. Hey, you. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. You keep saying things like down the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, empower all people who have more than 25 real in their pockets, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff. Oh yes, the mask of benevolence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip off and reveal the monstrous semi-lamb global communism that devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before you fire out the communism builder? Or do you get right down to it? Failure. It's about failure. Yes, abject failure. Total irreversible defeat on all fronts. Absolutely vanquished, beaten, cursed on, and it's on until you make along. You reverse the fortune of the workers of the world. You alone, against every living thing, against every human alive. 800 trillion in the hands of an impossibly well-organized ruling class. Towers and city blocks and you against that atom, the charm and the spin, where the whole world failed. Matter failed, then to human will. Human will failed out of now, get to work, comrade. Oh yeah. Get the firing squad and weapons ready. Too late to back out now. You can't make an omelette without breaking a million eggs. You see the curtains locking the way to another room. A strange edge-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only. Nothing. Please go back browsing the books. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about.
She's almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you. Urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. You see some kind of charm, an irregular polyhedron ascending from fur bones, sticks, and straw. Inside, a disturbing fish head with empty eye sockets stares at you. This is a traditional Seminese ward meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supernatural scourges. Inhabitants of Ile de Fantôme, the Seminide Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there is nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more.
Sir, don't touch that! I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
You do? My God, even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. Thank you. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown.
Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. I already told you, it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't snapped in half yet.
I'm not tense, I'm just... Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed, just like everyone said. They don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that lurks behind the curtains.
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. It's the curse of financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. Everyone knows that all the previous companies in this building have sooner or later declared bankruptcy, and their malicious spirits are still here, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism, it's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them.
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, and even a pair of Simonese mediators. They provided me with the wards. The wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building. Even though now I fear it's not... Oh, this! No, it's a special Himian amulet, blessed by desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example. It's guaranteed to boost sales 15%.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people.
Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to get involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be, so they can return to their slumber.
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. And you're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but...
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
I should have realized. A pattern lies within the fabric. The hand of fate guides us. Our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe? I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us.
I can assure you he is a police officer. Very knowledgeable.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimney? Yes, that chimney is part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She has barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What you discover in there.
What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't be scared.
Okay, but please, only a few questions. You wouldn't want to disturb the spirits.
The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Okay. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. A couple of spook novels hide amidst all the detective books. Thrilling tales of spycraft and daring-do.
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf? You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen. The stalwart adventures of a killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve the case. Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart The plaque on the shelf reads, biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
I would say The Greatest Innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentic power. A very influential historical figure, but surely I don't have to tell you that. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is also very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentic system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tired order of things. Certainly, it's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise.
You feel like you should get this one. Definitely. It's important somehow. There's something personal inside. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's suddenly a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook. High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a run-down drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Several maps have been attached to a bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They're held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches a map of Insulinda, a map of Revachol, and a map of Martinaise. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperance. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial heart in the center. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Marie, the suburbs of Saint-Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. Hudon, it's somewhere to live. Not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Forberg. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No, wait. There it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from an isometric perspective. A date in the upper right corner. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbor, even the whirling in rags there. This large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is La Caillou. You are here. Another far away in the Ozon, Laurentide, Fas Alamer, archipelagos, North Arcade Islands, all disintegrating into mathematics. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Caillou in a bookstore. It's you. You can, on Caillou, Revachol, a single black star, on Ozon, Fondelier, and Vilmandu, on archipelagos, Croyan Moran. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing connections to other worlds, words past the Insulindian, unknown to you. You have little idea what they are. Distant stars. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer.
I'm sorry, officer. The map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And they're quite valuable, though they might not look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps.
The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it?
They didn't get that far, for some reasons. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business.
You peek at the storekeep, waiting for her to be distracted. When she's not looking, you deftly rip the map off the bulletin board and pocket it. You're now the proud owner of a map of Martinez, which, to be honest, did not even cost that much. This bookstore is not strictly about crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. There's also a wide range of paranatural literature. Amidst the various books, you find one written by someone named Matthias W. Dundas. It's about wholeness, unity, balance. These three things are very important to the working class mind. The point of the book, and many others on this shelf, is to give people medicinal advice in situations where they don't have access to paid health services. Various paranatural books still litter the shelf.
Sir, please, no browsing in that shelf. That wisdom is not for free. I can't have you end up, like, opening a police store next door and stealing my customers. Oh no!